Asics, if you're listening, thank you. Hey everybody, welcome to another shoe review. Today we're going to be looking at the Asics Metapeed Sky Plus. Just a quick disclosure before we get on the way. This is a pair of shoes I purchased with my own money, and no one will have a chance to view my thoughts before I put it online. Also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers now, and it'd be amazing if we were able to hit that before the new year. Now, the Asics Metapeed Sky Plus is Asics' newest offering in the marathon racing department. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know in my first review, I did not care for the Asics Metapeed Sky too much. The original Metaspeed Sky was firm, somewhat uncomfortable, especially when you landed in the heel, and it just didn't feel like, well, it felt like it was cheap for the price we were paying. In fact, I went as far as to call it a Walmart Vaporfly. When I first took the Metaspeed Sky Plus out of the box, the first thing I noticed was the added stack of Flight Foam Turbo in the forefoot and how much wider it looks as well. The second thing would have to be the quality of the shoe. So I have the original Metaspeed Sky here, if you can hear the upper. Just super scratchy, feels really cheap as opposed to this one. It just sounds more premium, it feels more premium, and it just looks better as well. Also the tongue of the shoe, it's more felt than the original version, and they also got rid of these long cheap laces and they came back with some serrated laces that you could also find on such things as like the Vaporfly and Alphafly, which just help with lockdown. Apart from the more premium feeling upper and the added stack, another difference between the two shoes is the plate positioning. So if you can see with the original Metaspeed Sky, the plate kind of dips down and it's kind of lower to the ground, as opposed to the Metaspeed Sky where they've moved it so it's actually up higher, so you have more Flight Foam Turbo to compress under your foot. So I've been able to take the Metaspeed Sky Plus on 2 workouts. One was a tempo session on a track, and the other one was a 2-hour easy long run with strides at the end. And I guess like the best way to describe it was, this is everything that I wanted the original Metaspeed Sky to be. Yes, I still do believe this is a shoe that's made for runners that have better mechanics and probably more forefoot strikers, as you can tell by like the added foam in that area. But when you hit the heel in this shoe, it's not as harsh as the original. And in fact, when I took it out for that easy run, it was super enjoyable. And I don't think that's something I could have done in the original. It's also funny too, because at the end of that 2-hour run, I did strides, and once I started opening it up and getting that cadence going and kind of stretching with the legs, the shoe just felt so natural and like it just wanted to go, and it's worked its way up in my list as one of my top marathon racing shoes at this point. Apart from all of this though, one thing I want to bring up is this Asics Grip. Now, I live in Canada, and as you can see by the footage, I run in some really just icy, snowy, sloppy conditions, whatever you name it. And like, I've always thought Continental was the A+ in terms of grip and rubber, you name it. But Asics Grip is on another planet. I would be running on ice and snow and slush, whatever it might be, and then have to take a corner, and that corner might have a little bit of ice on it, and I felt safe, secure, and I didn't slip at all. And it was just like, it's so reassuring to have a shoe like that, especially in the conditions that I have to run in, where I can trust it. And to me, it's just, it's taken to the premium level in terms of grip and durability for a racing shoe. Also, another concern that a lot of people have is this exposed outsole. But as you can see, I mean, I've taken it, again, this is just my initial review, so there's not much on it, but there is no wear and tear at this point. And that's even running, being exposed to a lot of rocks, gravel, and whatever life has, you know, so, and even with the original one, like, this is after 100 miles, and it still looks very good. I think though, if you are a heel striker, that's when you'll really see the wear and tear, and the shoe might not be as durable as you'd want it to be. But for the runner that I am and the foot strike that I have, I have no problems with it. Then in terms of the track session, again, I would just say just super responsive, soft, poppy, everything that you're looking for in a speed shoe. The other thing with this one, and it's funny because the Alpha Fly is one of those shoes that you put on and it's just cruise control. And you don't think about your pace, it just kind of gets you going and you can just kind of just work your way through a marathon. And I get those vibes from this as well. I mean, when I pick up the pace for a while, it just feels natural and things just keep going, and there's no like, I don't know, you don't feel as though you're putting in as much work. To me, it's funny that Asics calls this a plus, not a 2. Because the original Metaspeed Sky, I would honestly have this in the same category or close to of like the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2 and shoes like that are a bit firmer, the stack height's not as much, but the plus, I would put this in Vaporfly, Adios Pro 3 like categories, and to be quite honest with you, I don't know anymore what order I have it. Adios Pro 3 has been my favorite marathon racing shoe up to this point, but with my first couple runs in the Metaspeed Sky Plus, I'm kind of leaning a different direction. In terms of lockdown and fit, definitely true to size. The fit's really good. It is a racing fit, but it's not too narrow. You don't feel jammed up in there, but it does feel as though like you're gonna go fast. You don't have too much room to display. The heel counter, it's exactly the same as the original, as is the foam around it. Although maybe just because this one has 100 miles in it and this one's relatively new, this one just feels a little bit nicer at this point. But no heel slipping and no blisters at this time. So if you're in the market for a marathon racing shoe, I mean, the Asics Metapeed Sky Plus is an amazing option. The original Metaspeed Sky, it's a good shoe and a lot of people love it. A lot of people run really fast in it. But again, I have such a hard time recommending this shoe because it's still not discounted anywhere, at least in Canada. And so that means these two shoes are the exact same price. And for that price, you can get a more premium upper, more foam, and honestly a shoe that's overall just more versatile. So I think Asics did amazing with the Metaspeed Sky Plus, and I'm actually really excited to see what they have to offer in 2023. This is a shoe that honestly, I wasn't too excited to run in anymore after the Asics Metaspeed Sky, and you know, I'm glad I did. And this might be a racing shoe for me in the future. So thanks again for tuning into another shoe review. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. It means the world to me. Let's keep this channel growing. And so keep enjoying your shoes, keep running and having fun. Until next time.